Yabba dabba doo. Hey folks, it's time to start this uneventful fiasco of a podcast. It still goes. For some reason, it's Saturday night here. Late Saturday night. Well, I'd say late, it's 11-ish. And pretty much you're going to talk about the week. Pretty much talk about your week for the podcast. And try to make it sound exciting like you have a life, but you really don't. And then you do some bad topical news puns and every once in a while, something else, but that's pretty much that. So we'll start Monday night. I did my open mic over at Wheaties. I knew it was going to be a low turnout because the venue did not promote it for the second month in a row, even though I asked them to a few weeks ago. And two people texted me to pretty much say, hey, I can't make it tonight, which is always great when that happens. So pretty much I got there a little early as usual because I'm professional. And they put a lock on the equipment. I set up the equipment. I just put a mic stand out, a microphone, a chair, and turned the speakers on. Not much work, but it was locked. So I text the sound guy, the manager. It's like 7-something. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Am I going to get a code for this thing, or is someone going to set this up? I don't hear anything. So pretty much we had 3 comedians and 1 audience member. Pretty light turnout, very low turnout. And then pretty much I called the manager and I say, hey, what's going on? Is the sound guy? Oh, the sound guy's coming. I go, okay. He goes, what do you think of the tables? They pushed the tables close together to try to make it look a date kind of thing for Valentine's Day. And in my head, I'm like, who gives a fuck about the tables? Who gives a fuck about the tables and lights and everything? You got to promote it. They got 11,000 people on their Facebook. Promote it. Without a promotion, you don't have an open mic. So I'm like, oh yeah, it looks cool. Man, I'm like, who gives a fuck? So they put the sound guys set the equipment up for me, and we talked a little bit. And then after the show was over, we had 3 comedians, like I said, and 1 audience member. It was a very quick show. We started talking after the show, me, this comedian, Nick. And then this black comedian, Brian, from Jersey comes in. And he goes, hey, is it too late? I go, well, the show's over, but the mic's still on if you want to go up. He goes, all right, I'll go up. So he went up and did 10 minutes in front of me and Nick, and in front of 2 people. And he said, oh, sorry I was late. I just came for this cigar lounge thing. And I was like, oh. So we had 4 comedians, 1 audience member. It was dead as my wiener. And it's about what I expected. I mean, it was so cool to do the open mic, but, they're not promoting it. And it's like, look, I already asked them to promote it, so... yeah, there's nothing else you can do, folks. And there's already 10 other open mics on a Monday night, so a lot of competition. What are you going to do? But it was fun. It's always a good time at Wheaties. And afterwards, I did have 2 beers during the show. I haven't had alcohol in over a month. I haven't been drinking because I'm broke. One of the good things about being broke is you don't have money to drink. So I had 2 beers, and then after the open mic, I went to McDonald's, and I got 2 double cheeseburgers and a Diet Coke, and that was Monday night. Wednesday night, I did go to the Royal, but I did it before him there. I just wanted to watch the show. Dan Wolf called me and said he was definitely going to perform. And I was like, cool. So I go over there. I whipped out 2 slices of pizza at this place, Pizza Roma. I got a slice of barbecue chicken and a slice of pepperoni and a large Pepsi for like $8. That's cheap compared to the city. And then I go there, and I stopped over at Wawa and I took a piss. Who cares? Why is that part of the story? I don't know. And so I get there, and Dan Wolf pulls a number, and they call this number first, which is awesome. Because usually when Dan Wolf grabs a number, he's like me. It's bad luck. He usually gets a shitty number. It's one of those lottery system open mics where they fuck you up the ass. So pretty much they grabbed this number first. It was pretty packed there compared to last week. Dan Wolf went on second, and he was very dirty. Very dirty, very inappropriate, and I loved it. It was great. He was talking about anal and all this sex stuff, and it's so funny how the host didn't say he was blue, but he said I was blue last week when I be doing puns, that idiot. So yeah, I stayed for about 2 hours, and I left, and that was Wednesday. Tuesday and Thursday, I went to the gym, got my Chipotle bowl thing. Still doing that. Still on it, folks. And then Friday night, I went to the casino with Marco, the buffet guy. Pretty much, I got there a little earlier than him. I tried to go on the penny slot machine, and these 2 cunts were there. And this one cunt puts her jacket over the chair and puts it over the screen like it's her machine. You can't do that. Can you imagine if I just went to the casino and I just started putting my jacket and hoodie over all the machines like they're all mine? Like, how greedy can you be? It's a penny slot machine. Even if you win, the most you can win is like, what, $50, $80? Like, what a fucking cunt. So I couldn't get all the machines because she was taking them all for herself. And I was going to tell security, but I didn't want to start it. I didn't want to start no thing. So, pretty much, the buffet guys showed up. We sat at these two machines just to talk. I had a $6 voucher from last time. And I was like, all right. So eventually I got on the penny slot machine. I won a couple bucks. I was up to like about $9. And then he played this game for a little bit. He said, you want to go get something to eat? I was like, all right. He was like, yeah, we'll go to Papa John's. He said, I can't eat meat today for the Ash holiday thing. So he got an olive pizza. He got me a pepperoni pizza. And I think 2 large pizzas and a 2-liter soda. It was like $22 or something. So we get to the place. It was only a few blocks away. We ended up eating outside on top of his truck. It was raining outside, kind of cold, outside. I was cold. He wasn't. And the pizza tasted just like fucking frozen pizza, Signature Select. If you would have told me that was Signature Select pizza or 7-Eleven pizza, I would have believed you. It was lousy. I can't believe people eat Papa John's pizza. It sucks, folks. It sucks. So we ended outside. Then he was like, you want to go home? I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to the casino. It's early. It's only 9:30. I'm going to go back. So I thought he was going to leave. He came back, too. So I started paying the penny slot machines. I lost $3. I still have a $3 voucher in my wallet. But the buffet man won. He ended up winning. He hit the jackpot. He won like 2 jackpots. He ended up getting like $50. He lost for a while, but he's back. The buffet man's back, folks. You can't always win, but he won. So that's cool. So we were there for another hour, and the band was packed. There was this band there. I forgot what they were called. And I got home around 11-ish. And then as far as tonight goes, I did some food deliveries. The night was pretty good as far as gas mileage. I didn't go too far. Almost every house was close to the order. I started out at Jollibee's. I went over there to pick up an order, dropped it off, and then I got fucked, you guys. It happens every night. I went to Five Guys to pick up an order. I waited there for a half an hour. It was packed. And then I went. Then I had to go to this Asian karaoke place to pick up an order there, drop off for the same person. It paid pretty good. It was $20 for 2 deliveries, but it took It took over an hour. It fucked me up my butt. And then I went to Wingstop. I went to the Spanish place. I couldn't find this girl's house. I was driving like deep in the suburbs, in the woods. I called her. She called me, and then she's like, "Okay, yeah, I'll direct you." And I got there, and she gave me an extra $2 tip, which I was shocked. And then everything was going good. One of the last orders I did, I was kind of in the ghetto. I dropped these wings off to this jogger. It actually tipped me pretty good, that's rare. I must have got one of the good ones. And then so the last order of the night, I went to Popeyes, and then the app shut off. I ran out of data on my phone or something. I just got to the store, and it said, you're offline. And I turned my phone off, restarted it, nothing worked, and I ended up just going home. I didn't even know how to get home. I was kind of lost a little bit, but I found this one street, and then I just took it, and it took me right to my house. So I got home around 11-ish. I did about 3-4 hours. I made some okay money. Not great, but enough to buy some steaks and some Chipotle bowls or something. And that was it. We did a prank call show this week. We did some cold calls. Nobody listened to it, of course. Not that many people did, but it was all right. Put up a short for the open mic. Did okay. Got about 1,700 views. Got okay views on the TikTok. And folks, that's it. That's it for the week. There's only so much you can do. As far as on the channel next week, I don't know. Probably nothing. There's going to be another snowstorm coming here on the East Coast. Going to be stuck in the house. I mean, hopefully we'll turn to sludge most of it, but it's going to take probably a week to clear that shit up. So I don't know if I'll get on stage at all next week. Probably not. But if not, what are you going to do? Who cares? And that's that. So this is the first but yet worst comedy podcast in Philadelphia. It's your favorite podcast most people won't listen to. And now it's time for your least favorite segment. It's time to get to the odd news. All right, don't forget, we got a poop show coming up, but here comes the on news. Across the U.S., people are dismantling and destroying flock surveillance cameras. Well, it's a good thing they didn't flock to I don't know. Undercover Thai police go dancing in a lion costume to catch a serial burglar. Well, I guess they have a lot of heart of a lion to do that. Grandson of the inventor of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup says Hershey's new recipe is not edible. I guess you could call this a war on chocolate. Hundreds tell BBC, that's the British broadcaster, not the, that medication triggered gambling and other addictions. K-pop tribute show goes viral after setlist causes mass confusion for parents. Steak restaurant accuses customer of planted armpit hair on his food to get a free $600 meal. Well, I guess they were sweating when they found that out. That was okay. Jesus was a psychedelic... Okay, I read that last week. Man in Sicily trained his dog to allegedly dump rubbish, say the police. Now, when they say rubbish, are they talking about his poo? Let's see. The city of Catalina calls refused to cancel to stop tipping as cutting is doubled wrong. Dumps back. He dumps his dog shit, I guess. Okay. I just had to figure out what that was. Green Acres is the place to be. The mall falls victim to teen takeover. So I guess a lot of kids have been going there fighting. Green Acres, more like nigga acres. Oh boy. What else do we got? A Waffle House customer was maced, tased, and zip-tied over a hash brown order, lawsuits say. He was all that for a hash brown? Well, I guess that guy could dish it, but he can't hash it. I guess he had his hash pipe. He was a Weezer fan. Alright, that's enough hash jokes. Couple fined $6,000 after car thief who stole their Lexus wasn't wearing his seatbelt. So they got fined $6,000 after someone stole their car. Well, I guess that's a do-it-yourself kind of... I don't know. Irish hospital panic as mom's eyes turn alien green. That's far out of this world. How architects expose the false code. Like electronic gong bath, the Sheffield supermarket going viral for the symphonic sound of its freezers. Well, I don't know, but that's a chilling story. Japanese ambassador spends day as a Peaky Blinder in Dudley. Japanese Peaky Blinder, I thought they could open their eyes. So, that's not nice. Mylan restocks Olympic condoms as black market prices hit 100. Olympic condoms, hope they can go the distance. That was good, I think. That was good. Unknown gunman shoots one of the main members of the Lashkar-e-Taiba in Pakistan. Loose dog crosses the finish line at a skiing event. Well, I guess he was on the slopes. Charlotte Booth gets into a bar fight on one of those streets. Yeah, I guess that made it Even Stevens. Now that's good. You guys remember that Even Stevens show? That's where I first found him at Disney. Anyone tried Marco Folio's concept? Okay. Let's see if there's another site we can go to. I don't think there is. If not, well then, folks, that might be it. Yeah, this is a website where people post their weird stuff, but... Okay, wait a minute. I think I found something. Osaka City receives $3.6 million worth of gold bars to fix water pipes. Gold bars? They must be listening to Josh Jack freestyles. 3 high school students died after being hypnotized by their principal. I guess they won't forget that office. Oh, wait. Burnt Hills Ballstein Lake removes substitute teacher because he made a racist remark to the students. Well, I guess they're gonna have to replace him because he was only a temp. Oh boy. Michael Jackson was anti-Epstein, whatever that means. Indian woman tricks her family into thinking she transformed into a snake. That slithering, slimy, no good. That story sounds very venom, very poisonous. Yeah. Warner Brothers reconsiders Paramount $108 billion sale over revised offer covers a Netflix breakup fee. And I think that's it. Well, folks, that's it for the show. I will see you folks on the next one you just listened to, and we're out of here. Go freak yourself, Cuffy.